Hey, this is CJ Couch. Welcome to Couch Talk.
Couch. C. Cow. Cow. C-O.
Oh, keep spelling, mister.
C-O-U-C-H.
Correct.
I am the smartest man alive!
All right, everybody, here we go. It is Wednesday evening, January the 30th, 2019, episode number 305. It is the last episode of Couch Talk in the month of January, and it is also the end of the month, so you better have your rent money ready. Hopefully you worked hard and got it. Hopefully you got lucky like me and have it. It's just a very lucky life sometimes, and big things have been happening. Big changes coming my way. I'm not going to get too specific into it. I will tell you when I know for sure what the changes are, but I'm looking very forward to the future, and Couch Talk has blessed me, and I love it so much, and I appreciate all of you for listening. But episode number 305 is just a solo episode, baby. It is just me. And if you have not checked out episode number 304 with Patreon donator Miss Savannah Zuber, go check it out. It is a great conversation / interview, or whatever you want to call the style of what I do when I have a guest on the show. But Savannah brought the heat. She knows what she's doing. She is a great guest. Definitely going to have her back on in the future. Awesome episode. Go check it out. Episode number 304. But let's move forward now. Something I have not done in a while is On This Day. And on this day, January the 30th, 1948, Gandhi was assassinated by Hindu extremist Nathuram Godse or whatever. And it's just like, do you think he would have mattered less or more? Would he have if he wouldn't have been assassinated? If he would have died like a regular death, do you think he would have mattered more or less? It sucks that happened, but maybe it made his impact bigger in this martyr way. But also on this day, January the 30th, 1933, it's the 30s, so you know it's about to be bad. Hitler is appointed as Chancellor of Germany. And just imagine, if people just stood up to him, you know what I mean? Fuck. And whew, it's so crazy that on the same day that Gandhi dies, you know, what is it? 15 years before that, Hitler is appointed as Chancellor of Germany. And then finally, on this day, January the 30th, 1962, a laughter epidemic. Do we know what I'm talking about here? The laughter epidemic. Pretty weird thing, the laughter epidemic here. And I'm going to tell you what the fuck I'm talking about. It was in Kinshasa, Tanganyika. Yeah, wow, I said that right, cool. The Tanganyika laughter epidemic of 1962 was an outbreak of mass hysteria or mass psychogenic illness rumored to have occurred in or near the village of Kinshasa on the western coast of Lake Victoria in the modern nation of Tanzania, formerly Tanganyika, near the border of Uganda. What? So here's the causes. Charles F. Hempelmann of Purdue University has theorized that the episode was stress-induced. In 1962, Tanganyika just won its independence, he said, and students had reported feeling stressed because of higher expectations by teachers and parents. MPI, he says, usually occurs in people without a lot of power. MPI is a last resort for people of a low status. It's an easy way for them to express that something is wrong. Whoa. Dude! I promise on everything I did not look into this. This is pretty freaking crazy little thing here because comedy is having this boom right now where everyone's trying to watch specials all the time and Netflix dropping specials and we're all just trying to laugh all the time and we're getting this huge laughter epidemic where everything's we're having this weird thing where everybody's trying to make jokes and I don't know, maybe I'm taking this metaphor a little bit too far. Let's move forward. Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy that a group of people get a medical illness, a certified thing, you know what I mean? They get MPI. What? It's pretty nuts. How's everybody been doing? I wrote some notes down and I haven't done that in a while just because I wanted to say all the right things and I kind of regret it. You know what I mean? I'm kind of regretting the notes thing. I think I'm going to have to go back to just the straight freestyles. Because just having to read that right there seems like a total waste and not really something I want to be doing ever again. Now I know why I ditched it in the first place, but sometimes you got to go back. And that's what I did. So I'm feeling really good about the podcast right now, and I have, notebooks, my old notebooks where I used to be like super note heavy, and especially for my solo episodes. And it was just like so cool to go back into it. To like really go back and like relive stuff, because it's like all throughout the election and everything leading up to it, and like I remembered so much stuff that I had forgotten. You know what I mean? Like there was so much stuff that I like completely forgot about, and I was just proud to have all that for myself. Like it's really cool to have those notebooks. Like that's something that I think everybody should do, that, I guess, is have a notebook where you're just documenting your opinion on things and what's going on. So when you're older, and not even much older, like I've only been doing this for coming up on 3 years, like you look back on it and it's so like, I don't know, it makes you feel good, because one, you know that you're growing, because you look at it and you're like, oh, I see what I was thinking wrong there and how I fixed it and blah, 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 blah. But like, I don't know. There was a lot of like cool original thoughts. I forgot about this. I used to ask every guest, what's the best compliment you've ever gotten? And I just forgot. Like I didn't make a conscious effort as I take a Sprite sip break, excuse me. I wasn't making like a conscious effort to, phase that out, like not ask people what their best compliment was. But it just happened naturally over time, and I realized, oh wow, yeah, that was a question I used to ask every single guest. I'm gonna bring it back, because I think if I'm gonna ask one question, like an interview question, I feel like that's a good one. It gets some good insight on the people, and it's a good like I don't know, it gets people thinking fondly on themselves so they can like get in a more comfortable space. So that's just a good I think first 20-30 minutes of the podcast question. But I had the coolest social meetup ever, and that's what's leading to this big news. I'm just like super stoked about it. And I had Bold Bean Coffee for actually the first time in my life, because I guess I'm not an actual cool Jacksonville citizen. I don't know. Yeah, Jacksonvillian Jaguarian, Jacksonville Jaguarian. But I went to Bold Bean Coffee, and it was good. I did not put enough sugar in it. When I'm drinking coffee, it's specifically for energy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why you would drink coffee decaf for you have to drink that for energy. That's what I look at coffee as. So when I drink it, I get espresso. I'll get like 1 or 2 shots of espresso. If I'm feeling crazy, 3 if I'm super tired. And I'll get that in just my coffee. And it does not taste good. You know what I mean? You got to put, what I just learned, a lot of sugar. So I'm not necessarily hating on Bold Bean, but I am hating on myself for not realizing that I should have just added more sugar. Because I'm trying to be like, oh, I don't want to use all this sugar, but like, fuck it. I'm drinking this drink for energy. I want it to taste good so I can go down easy. It wasn't like a bad drink. I just feel like I'm so stupid for not realizing that I instantly should have just added like 3 more packs of sugar. And I don't really know why I'm talking about this, but it just really matters to me a lot. And I want to make a mental note of this, to always put more sugar than I feel comfortable putting in my coffee. And I know that's so against the health times and blah, blah, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, going through my notebook was cool. And the reason I went through it is, me and Claire fell asleep last night, and then she left and went home, and I was really tired still, and I like fell asleep, and Daisy woke me up to go outside, because it was so cold last night that Daisy literally did not want to go outside when Claire left, and she's always trying to like walk Claire out to her car and get in her car basically. And she was like, no, it's way too cold. So Daisy stayed inside. So when I came back into sleep, she still hadn't gone out for the night. So thank God, she's a cool dog. She woke me up in the middle of the night, and she had to go poo-poo and pee-pee. So I take her on that walk, and it's like fucking freezing cold. And it's also like probably like 3 a.m. or something. And I don't even know what time, honestly. I didn't really like check my phone or anything. And I like go on this walk with her, and it just woke me up. So now I like literally, I tried to go to sleep, and I'm like laying there with Daisy, and I'm like, man, I can't sleep. And all I'm thinking about is how excited I am and all these ideas and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like my room was sort of messy. Like my room I just always want it to be perfect. And like we're getting a new dryer tomorrow. Thank God, finally. But I hate when my room's not perfect. So I like start cleaning up my room, and then that leads me to where my notebooks are. And I'm like looking at my notebooks. And I'm like, man, I haven't looked through these in forever. And I looked through them, and I wasn't like sentimental and a crying light or anything like that. But I was just like, wow, this is sick. Like, thank God I have this. And it was such a cool chronicle. Like, so I'm like looking through all that. And then I go to play Call of Duty because I was updating it. My Xbox sucks. It like wasn't updating. It paused at 13%. So I'm like, cool, this is super great. And I then try to play PUBG, but PUBG won't start for some reason. So I have my Xbox unplugged, but the whole time I'm like waiting for that. So I'm like pulling Jeebs and like hanging out with Daisy, straightening up my room a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like optimizing stuff. I like put some more stuff on the Couch Talk wall. Like, I was so bored last night waiting for this game to upload that I took all these fucking notes, and then I did a Grand Theft Auto poster. I put that on the wall. I also put like a Motley Crue picture, which I'm not like, it's just from this book, and it was already torn out of the book. And I was like, okay, well, if it's already out of the book, I might as well put it on the wall. And I don't really care for Motley Crue or anything, but that book's super interesting. It's called The Dirt, Motley Crue, The Dirt or something, I believe it is, as I look over there. It's a solid book. Shout out Jeff Jabron, my tattoo artist. He gave it to me. I'll give it back to you, dude, whenever you want it. And I also come in to get this tattoo finished. It's just like, I don't know. It sucks getting it, you know? And it sucked because of my job, and that might be changing, so it won't suck as bad to get a tattoo, because I won't be like going to work and having wallpaper hit up against it and getting fucking glue on it and glue drying on it as it's trying to heal, and my hand in and out of buckets and water getting all over it all the time as it's trying to heal, dirty water at that. So just probably gonna finish this out. Also gonna have to finish up my right arm. Don't know why I'm talking about that, but that is what it is. And let's move forward now. I think that's pretty funny, and I think Claire might be here, or maybe my roommates are here, but a crackhead, damn it. Well, I was going to show you, but I was at a dollar store one time, and there was like a crackhead outside, and he had like all these movies. He had like I can't believe the dollar store let him do this. He had like a setup of movies, and they were 3 for $5. And he's like, hey man, you want to get movies or whatever, you know? And I was like, maybe, dude. So I went inside and got my dollar store stuff, and I walked back out. And I just like, this dude was obviously a crackhead, but it was like, you know what? I knew it was Claire. Okay. Okay. Okay, boom. We are back with my beautiful girlfriend, Claire. Thank you so much for joining me, babe.
Hi.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Also, thank you. Oh, the sucker's still on the plate. Thank you for making these.
You made them too. We made them together.
But like the way these look, you're responsible for. The ones that I made, they weren't so cool.
They were big. That's cool though.
I'm a big cookie guy.
Yeah.
Explain the cookies and what you made, and then I'll get back to my crackhead story.
Okay, they're just oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and that's pretty much the only explanation you need.
But like, you made them.
Yes, we made them together.
How? What did we get?
There's flour. There's baking soda.
Vanilla.
There's vanilla, oatmeal, walnuts, chocolate chips, salt.
The chocolate chips are so good, just alone.
They're milk chocolate, not semi-sweet. We did something crazy.
Yeah, you got to do milk. M-I-L-K.
Little
milk.
baker's tip.
Do you say milk or milk?
Milk, I think.
Milk.
I hope I don't say milk.
Milk. I
No
say
hate.
milk, but I've been working on it since I was in middle school. My friends started making fun of me for it.
Good.
But I was telling them, I don't think I've ever told you this, but see Planet Earth right there?
Yeah.
My camera is stacked up on top of 3 movies, and 4 Xbox One games. And 2 of those movies I got from a crackhead outside of a dollar store.
I've heard this on the podcast, I think.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
well,
you told me. I don't
so
know.
I hope I have told this on the podcast, because it's not what I'm about to normally say. For those who don't know, the guy's selling 3 for $5, and he had a bunch of movies, and I was like, damn, okay, like I'll check this out. I get 2 of them, and I was like, dude, I don't want to get a third one. Like, it's cool, you know, like 2 for $5 is a damn good deal. So I've never opened Planet Earth. I've had that thing for 4 years. I've never opened it.
It's a good show, though.
One of them is missing.
I guess it's on Netflix.
It's like a 5-disc thing or something,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the discs is missing.
I mean, it was like $250. So
yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
can't be
It's
mad.
like, what did I expect? You know? And I've never watched it once. It was basically just, you know, to donate to his habit. But it's like, isn't that fucking hilarious? Like, I wonder if he even knows.
He probably didn't care.
Probably stole it out of someone's house.
And they were watching that
watching
one.
it, yeah. And that bitch was in the DVD. They were actually upset about that. That's why he stole
like,
it.
now we
out.
only have one.
That's so funny to, like, how is it allowed that at a dollar store in a bad area of town you can just like sell DVDs out on the side of it?
Because who's
Why
going to
not?
stop you? Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I guess is the real question. Why am I being so mean? But yeah, that was just finishing up that story. But something I forgot to talk about is the measles outbreak. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I hate it. It's stressful.
Because of anti-vax.
It's ridiculous.
Like, think about how crazy this is.
Mm-hmm.
All because there's such a small chance.
It's all because
of
there was
autism.
one study that was wrong and like was
And let's say it's
they
right.
came out and they were like, we did this wrong.
But what percentage was it? Like, well under 1%. Well. So it's like measles and other diseases are like pretty,
polio.
They're out there. It's pretty good chance. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and like
so
babies.
the
can
chances
get
of
that.
getting the disease are astronomically higher than the chances of getting autism from a vaccine. So like, how the fuck is it worth it at all?
It is
just based on
dangerous.
that. Whether you believe that, I don't think they cause anything, but let's say they do, it's still at such a low percentage like of the chance of getting it that like you're putting your kids at such a high risk. Bad parenting. I don't know why my mic's not picking up. It's very strange. I keep having to turn it up every time I talk to a guest. I guess it's because I don't have the headphones
It's my
on.
fault.
No, I think it's because I don't have the headphones on. I was just recording with my headphones.
You can put them on. They look cool.
But what do you think about this whole vax thing?
It stresses me out. I think you should vaccinate your children. The only reason people don't was because there's one study that was based on faulty research and faulty evidence, and like they have had to come out and publish like a statement saying we did not do this correctly.
And why do you think that doesn't like? Well, I guess there's people who might know about that and still believe it and think it's like a conspiracy to cover it up and all this
Yeah,
shit.
because shit like that. People love to say that.
Everything is a conspiracy in like so many people's heads, and that's the problem now. Is like whatever your thought is, like your gut feeling on something, no matter how wrong it is, there is evidence on YouTube to support it.
Yeah, and you can always be like, well, the other side is fake news because that's like a real thing these days. So
It's like the thing.
yeah,
It's literally the thing. That's all you hear. Like, discourse with my dad would be like, I'd say something, he'd be like, well, where'd you get that information from? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I tell him, and he's like, oh, well, that's BS. I'm like,
fake
where'd you get
news.
your information from? Like, he was like, you know how you keep saying the economy's gonna, there's like a bubble. He's like, that's all BS. Like, Fox News had this guy on there talking about,
Fox News.
and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, like, it's just such a one-sided. Everything's very one-sided.
Well, yeah, from both sides of the spectrum,
With-
everything
yeah,
is
yeah.
so biased. It's like, how can you really take in one source and be like, I know it all now?
I like how we don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, it's good for you to not.
yeah. Like, I know about it. Like, all morning I was watching, like, I had the news on mute, and I was, like, had it listening to a podcast. Like, I'm into it, but, like, I don't know. I don't ever watch the news, and I've never really in my life, other than when I was a kid and all the war stuff was going on. Like,
I hate
when
the
I was, like,
news.
11, that was, like, a big thing. Like, the war, they were really, like, selling it hard. So I was pretty into it. But I've never been, like...
Pretty into the war?
I was 11 years old in a like Southern
I guess,
Republican
yeah, you're
house.
right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
kind of
It's fuck-
funny,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, you know.
It's just funny to visualize that.
Yeah,
Little
George
baby
Bush
CJ.
said they hate us because of our freedom.
And you're like, I'm fucking free.
That's a crazy. It's so crazy to say that. And like, I'm not gonna mention names. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. There is somebody who, if I told him like that is a flat out lie, like he said that to like get support for
Yeah.
the war, and you know what I mean, like turn the tide on it. he would think that that's bullshit. Like, no, they do hate us because of our freedom.
Yeah,
that's if he would be listening, is saying that in his head right now.
There's some people with some warped perspectives for sure, I think, that refuse to
But it's like,
adjust.
Is our perspective warped?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't even know. That's my point. I don't have like my perspective on it has never been like, oh, this is so great. Mm-hmm. Like I've never been like, oh man, like this is really great. You know what I mean? Like about the government, I've always been like, it kind of suck. Like why are we like?
They're all bad.
Yeah.
All the presidents have been bad.
I think that's a big thing with like us. Mm-hmm. A big thing in our generation is back pain. Everybody's got back problems for some reason. I don't know why.
It's true.
Every single fucking person. I just burned that couch thought right there. But burned a couch thought. It's all good. But yeah, everyone has back pain in our generation, and everyone thinks the government is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because it kind of is.
Yeah. Even people like working in it are working in it for like what at least start out to be the best of reasons. Mm-hmm. They like want to fix it. They believe and have ideals, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the people I know doing it are like the best of the kids in school.
Yeah. They have actual like plans.
Yeah, they weren't like fucking around. they were like, you know, and they were really about it. They're about it.
Super
about
into that.
Yeah. Were you into that as a kid?
School or government?
What election was in like during your high school year?
Obama.
The second one,
yeah.
right? Okay, so I had the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, it was so crazy,
Mm-hmm.
like the discourse in class and stuff, like just between students. It was like such a big like.
It's wild.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then then you could see like teachers like they couldn't hold it back. You know what I mean? They're like, that's not true. Like
just wanted to talk about
yeah.
it so badly.
Yeah, seriously. But you had Romney,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I had McCain Obama.
Mm-hmm.
You had Romney Obama.
Yeah.
What do you think?
About Obama?
Who was the better Republican candidate? Romney
Candidate or person?
Candidate.
Romney?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to vote for either of them.
A really weird thing about the news and everything is, and I told you this, I'm pretty positive.
Mm-hmm.
I was riding in the car, and Rush Limbaugh was on, and he was saying how like Romney's never meant anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like anti-Trump, you know, he's a never Trumper.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Romney, in his opinion, has always been irrelevant. He's never meant anything. He's never been a serious and it's like, what?
Yeah,
like this dude had your blessing. Like you were like cursing and crucifying Obama in his name for Romney.
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
act like he didn't mean anything. Like all of this shit is so crazy, and people don't even. Everyone's just in their shit. Mm-hmm. Like everything I'm saying right now is not changing anyone who it should change his mind.
No, you can't change people's mind.
It just sounds like bullshit. That's why I don't really do politics. I mostly talk about like how the mind state around politics. It's like, what the fuck?
Sometimes I can't help talking about politics when like Trump does stuff that I'm so like.
Well, it's when they say like
enraged about, but like I try to avoid it too.
It's crazy that like there's such a different view on what like on everything. Like Trump does something and I'm like, that is just so stupid. Like it has nothing to do like nothing to do with any like what I see on the like I've been saying since day one of this podcast literally that the building a wall thing is the most tribal like monkey beating on his chest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life.
It's ridiculous.
And then all these people, I know I just did it, but like, well, if you live in a gated neighborhood, why wouldn't you want a fence and you're a wall and you have a fence? And it's way different. Like
it's so
people
different
coming into your yard versus people coming into a country.
And
Shut
like
the fuck up.
a giant wall. Are you for real? Like it sounds funny.
What is this,
It
Mad
doesn't
Max?
sound serious. It sounds funny.
It's literally Game of Thrones.
Like your actual plan is a big wall. In 2019, the plan is a big wall.
Yeah, a big ass wall.
That's ridiculous.
And it's like dividing the country in the worst way. And like I was watching, like I watched the left wing news thing because it cracks me up the stuff they say. Like you would think Trump's like done right now.
Yeah.
And if you turn on Fox News, it's like the exact fucking opposite. Like Trump is crushing right now. He's sticking it to the Dems. It's all the Dems' fault. It literally says Dems. You know what I mean? Like,
You think Trump's gonna get reelected?
1,000%. Yeah.
I'm so scared.
This
of that.
wall thing, I'm
so
glad
scared
it's
of that.
happening though, because this will lose the election for him.
I hope it does.
Like pride, you know, his pride
Does he
over
even
this.
want to be president though? Like, has
Fuck
anyone
yeah.
asked him? He
Yeah.
seems like he's not that into it.
He's into
At
it.
the very least, it's stressing him out in some sort of way.
He's into it in the most way that he can be, which isn't like, you know, he's not qualified for this. This isn't a job for Donald Trump. You know what I mean?
It's
So, like,
really not.
I swear, this is not to give him like. I think he's doing what he thinks is the best job that he can do.
That's insane.
I think he's capable of doing a much better job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he honestly believes that he is doing like the best job that he can be doing. And
It's
it's
sad.
like people will also think that.
It's sad.
People think that he is the best president that we have ever had.
I can't believe people think that.
That's so nuts.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, just
'Cause-
based off of like social climate,
Mm-hmm.
and they blame it on Obama, such as Obama blamed the economy on Bush, which is all maybe true. Who knows? I don't know, but like, look at things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a good president. The way things feel, everyone's all pissed off all the time on social media, sharing their
like,
political views
Seriously, every week it's like a new thing people are enraged
every
about.
day.
Yeah.
With this like Mueller probe,
Yeah,
and
it's-
all this shit. Like,
Ridiculous.
I don't give a fuck. It's just
It stresses me out too much. to
yeah,
care.
yeah. I was watching it, and it's like, first, there's a Roger Stone documentary. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, I talked about it in the podcast. It's in the notes somewhere.
Okay.
Roger Stone is a wild motherfucker.
Okay.
Like, this isn't judging, but he's openly bisexual
Uh-huh.
and like has huge orgies and like he's fucking a down motherfucker and was like partying and all this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's a wild guy. So I think that there's just so much stuff that they could like humiliate him for, but also at the same time, he's kind of like open about it. Like in that documentary,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, like
These are the
this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a great, you know, political whatever asset, which is so weird. What a weird, grimy world.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But also, like, it's totally unbalanced.
Oh yeah, it is, and it's manipulated like nothing else, which is why he gained power and control. And then he's like going on Alex Jones's show. He like, you know, do you know about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so because I know you said you don't like care for the news, I wasn't sure. It's just hard to escape.
Yeah, it just stresses me out too much. I don't let myself care right now.
Yeah,
Because it's like there's so much going on.
yeah, there really is,
It's
and
mostly bad. Or
it
at
is
least
mostly
in my
bad.
filter, it comes out as mostly bad.
But like, it's really weird because if you like, I don't get on Facebook really anymore. Like, I'll get on randomly for like an hour, not even like 20 minutes a day, and I'll share a bunch of Onion articles.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep it active.
Keep
the
it
people,
relevant.
Keep the people liking, interested. You know, shout out. But it's the most negative place that you could spend any time.
Yeah.
And everyone spends all their time there, and they're just sitting there on their comments, waiting to comment back, and it's like everything is divisive. Everything is just like everything.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
Everything has comments on it now. When you're going through your newsfeed, and I know that's the way it is, and it props things up, but like, people are posting shit for a reason because people are responding to it because everyone's engaged. It's like, it used to be weird and take balls to comment on someone's fucking post.
That's so funny. That's
It's like,
true.
damn,
yeah.
like, you commented on her post.
You're
Like,
so
are y'all
brave.
dating? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why would you like? And I don't know. It might be different, especially for like kids in their like you're 20, 19. Like, they've probably been commenting and liking all over shit. Like, yeah, I like your bitch's picture. So what? Like, it's a beautiful picture. You got a problem with
It's
it?
a
Like,
beautiful picture.
what? That's your property, bro? Fucking feminism, dog. So like,
Fucking feminism, dog.
just let me like her pictures, bro. But yeah, that would be like a
Your
problem.
new feminist character.
Yeah, that's my new feminist guy. Back the fuck up and let me just hang out with your girlfriend. We're friends, dude.
We're tearing down the
No
patriarchy.
fucking intentions with the dude. Yeah, she's beautiful. So
It's a beautiful picture.
she already got a boyfriend. Not trying to be me. I'll wait in the wings. You know.
You're ridiculous.
Sure. Whenever y'all fight, she can come over. I'm excited for the future.
Okay. Which parts? All of it?
I'm not gonna say anything, but I am excited for the future. That's all I'm saying.
Future's exciting. Looking good.
This is something usually has a sound effect right now, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not pressing pause. Savage of the week, everybody. Savage of the week is Colin O'Brady, and Colin O'Brady by himself crossed Antarctica.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is fucking insane. And listen to the emotion in this shit. Hold on real quick. I'm sorry. Move this over.
Let's do that real quick. Go
Move
down
this right here. Now we're talking. Okay.
Cooking it
This is
up.
Colin O'Brady. This is very emotional. This is right when he finished. Woo.
p.m. local time Chilean on December 26th, 2018. I just made history. This was such a hard journey.
This is gonna make you
Indeed
cry
it
hearing
was.
him
The
cry.
Oregon native had spent 50
I'm gonna
That's
cry
badass.
hearing him cry.
Yeah. So there's another clip. Let me see. Can I find it?
Wow, across
Nah.
Antarctica.
I can't
How
find
long
it.
does that take? Do you know?
52 days or something like that, which is pretty
52
fucking
days.
impressive. When you really, really think about it, you know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like
even
52
if you
days.
really think about it.
When you
it's
think
impressive.
about it,
Even if you just think about it, you don't have to really think about it.
Colin O'Brady also is a burn victim survivor. He got like burned to death,
What a
almost burned to
compelling
death.
man.
He's got all sorts of things like that. Like he's been
Hold
all
on,
over.
hold on.
Yeah, he's been traveling all over the place doing weird shit like that. But there's like a video on. I'm pretty sure it's under 60 days that he did it.
That's
okay.
ridiculous.
And on day 49,
Mm-hmm.
which I spent an hour, which is a long time, like a full hour, looking for this video that I can listen to on that interview, but it would take too long. I have to like find it.
Yeah.
But I was looking for the raw video
Mm-hmm.
because he like apparently had a vlog. Can't find that anywhere, and it's him on day 49, like crying, like I want to quit so bad. Like
But you can't quit.
Yeah.
You either go forward or you go backwards.
he's like, this is the
right?
first time I've really I really want to quit, and like
That's
you're right fucking there.
the like mental fortitude
He
he
went-
must have. That's ridiculous.
For I want to say it was 3 weeks.
Was he alone?
Yeah, by himself.
God.
He had a
you're driving me
tent.
crazy.
He had like this badass tent.
What would you do all the time? You just be like, I'm about to die of coldness. That would be your only thought.
Nah, he's got all the everything. You know what I mean?
I think it's still.
He's
be
got like a
hard.
really heavy pack.
I think
I'm
even if
sure.
you had all the everything, it'd still be really hard.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But he would, in a storm, like, it's storming,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there isn't anything that's dangerous.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to be getting hit by a fucking tree.
I guess yeah, you're in it.
It's all just powder snow flying in the air. So, it's like whipping through. So, he would, for 18 hours a day, he had a sled, and he would pull a sled
18 hours a day of pulling a sled through Antarctica.
in a storm
That's
for 3 weeks straight.
ridiculous.
And that is when, at the end of that storm, he was like in the middle. It ended up being the last night of it, but he had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And he's just like in his tent, like,
Ready to be
I
done.
really want to quit. Like, I don't. And he's like, I haven't seen. It's just white. And the sun doesn't set, so there was no darkness, which I don't know if that's good or bad.
That would drive me insane.
Would you rather the day and the night or just all day?
Day and the night.
How fucking scary it'd be out there. You don't even watch Game of Thrones, but man, if you watch Game of Thrones, it'd be the scariest place to be in Antarctica with fucking White Walkers.
Sure, sounds real scary.
30 Days a Night. Did you see that?
No.
Neither did I, but it's about that.
Oh, spooky.
Hence the title.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, I would much rather I'd have all day. Fuck it. I can sleep during the day.
I'd like all day, but I just wonder, like, sometimes I like it at night because it's peaceful, you know?
We need night. Your eyes from all day of the brightness would fucking...
We could wear eye patches.
How unbelievably weird it is that they just don't, you know what I mean?
What?
Like the world. It's so inconsistent.
It is.
Like it is such a different
it makes
place.
no sense.
It's so many different places.
There's a lot going on globally.
And it breeds so many different people. Like we're all not even close because we're all not
Back
even
to
in the same
globalism,
area.
your favorite topic.
Yeah, back to globalism.
Where you have found your passion.
I remember when globalism was being, and I guess it makes sense being taught because everything that's taught is like some left-wing damn shit that's like ruining the country and making us all socialist pussies.
Yeah.
But like globalism was taught is like rad. It wasn't like a word that is in any way divisive.
It's, I don't know, interesting. It's just like a topic.
What was your favorite AP class in high school?
Economics.
Give me some talking to that mic.
What do you want me to say into this mic?
Just look at your level.
Okay, hi. My favorite one was AP Economics.
AP Economics.
I think we've already honestly talked about it on this podcast, Dustin Lana. I'm okay.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Right, that's right.
But other than that, AP Art History was really fun.
Ooh. Are you good at doing art stuff?
Well, it's art history, not
But
art.
are you good at creating?
No.
Are you just saying that and you have
I'm
a bunch
not
of cool...
talented even a little.
Me neither.
It's okay.
I honestly, like, I'm not, this isn't like made up, I promise. I got a C in my 2D art class my freshman year.
All you have to do is like participate.
He thought I wasn't like trying.
You
And I was like,
probably weren't.
dude, I was a freshman.
Oh, he thought you weren't trying because your art was bad?
Yeah.
That's mean.
He thought I was like not trying.
That's
like, fuck this.
mean.
I know. I was like, yo, Mr. Verzera, yeah, calling you out, fat bitch.
Whoa.
Nah, he's cool. I'm just playing.
Whoa.
Mr. V.
What
Nah,
up?
Nah, he's a cool dude.
We know you
honestly.
watching.
He really is a cool guy.
He's a YouTube watcher.
Um,
YouTube.com, CJ Couch Talk.
You want to hear how me and Stud became friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stud.
Shout out Casey Stud still. Top friends, you know, BFFs. Excuse me. Now, also been on the show many times. Recently even. So, me and him, I was sitting at a table in my 2D art class. We had like assigned seating, you know? And Stud was sitting at a table that just happened to have all senior dudes. And there was like one girl, I think. And then, so Stud didn't know any of these kids. And I knew one of the kids on the golf team. And one of the girls, that's what it was. The girl at that table knew a girl at my table. So like, we just ended up switching.
Nice.
And Mr. Becerra didn't care because he's cool. Like, you could bring food into this class.
Very fun. That's
Yeah,
always
like,
that's a good teacher.
He knew
move.
he was fat, and it was a funny thing. So he was like, you can bring snacks in here, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And we would just eat and fucking have a great time for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? It was a great class. So I move, and now it's me and the captain of the golf team and this kid, Steven, who was like a senior who was like doing drugs and like a bad kid. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
cool.
Like, he was a bad kid, but he was fucking hilarious. And then some other kid, I forget what his name is. So they were just like really funny. Me and Stud were at opposite ends of the table, and this other kid, Abe, though. And Abe was, I think,
Abe.
a sophomore, and we were freshmen. So Abe was this Indian kid, or like Pakistani or something like that, who was super goth.
Hell yeah.
In like
I love that.
the most trying to be cool way, though.
Same.
Like,
Not really.
like literally saying this verbatim, like, I'm saving up money to get parachute pants after school. Like, it's gonna be so sick. I love the chain, like, because you know what I mean.
Yeah,
He
the
was
style.
like, yeah.
I
and
can visualize it really well.
he would talk about like wanting to kill himself, and it was like this is people listening. If you went to my school, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Like,
You know.
it was like a real thing. He's cleaned up his act. If you haven't seen him, he has like a kid. I saw him wearing like a nice polo shirt and
Good
like
for
khaki
him.
shorts. It was fucking hilarious.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. It was really funny.
Daddy.
I talked to him for like 15 minutes too. It was really cool. So me, him, and Stud had this like younger kid bond, and at the end of the day, he's goth, but like he doesn't know. He's listening to like the same music
Yeah.
that like, and then that Steven kid listens to like real metal, like what I guess I listen to now. You know what I mean? And he was like, dude, you don't even know about, you know what I mean? Just so
Dude.
mean to him. So Abe kind of like confided in like me and
Yeah.
Stud, and we would all just like high school was a big change, especially like in that environment. Like I don't know how it was for you, but 2007 high school was kids were saying shit, like really offensive, fucked up shit that was
Yeah.
hilarious. And we were all just looking at each other like, damn, I didn't even know like people talk like this. And Abe, this is zip tying backpacks. This is like the coolest thing ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so funny.
Abe gets his backpack zip tied, and I sit next to him, and he thinks that like I did it. I'm like, dude.
Good assumption though. You're
Yeah,
kinda
yeah, yeah,
calm.
for sure. And like he'd seen me doing it and shit, you know what I mean? And I really didn't do it. And Stud didn't do it. And I think Steven did it. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. The point is, it came down to like Mr. Rivera basically like thought I got a referral for this. So did Stud.
Oh my god.
We both didn't snitch each other out.
Nice.
And we didn't know. Like, we genuinely didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, it just happened. Like, we had no idea. So, we come back, and
It's just happened.
it was just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess, like, you're fucked. Gotta go. And we left. And then the next day, we're in trouble. And me and Stud didn't snitch each other out. And I remember, like, I didn't know he'd be there because I got called to Mr. Rivera's class. And he's like leaving, and it was during his planning period, and like I'm like, whoa, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I just got a referral. And I was like, why? He's like, for zip tying the thing. And I was like, what? And I was like, you did that, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, but like I don't know, he did, and he thinks it's like basically me or you.
Yeah.
And I said I didn't do it, so he's gonna basically talk to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I was just like, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
So fucking, I got a referral. Yeah, we
It bonded you too,
referrals. He
though.
thought like we did it together.
But
and
it
like,
tag team the backpack.
yeah. Did you ever do stuff like that? Like, do
No,
girls?
I didn't do stuff.
Bee
like that.
stingers?
No, I didn't do any of that to people.
But you know what a bee stinger is.
I don't. By your motion, I can guess.
What?
Like a rubber band thing.
Yeah. No. Where you
Okay.
take the piece of paper though, and you guys didn't have bee stingers?
I didn't. I
So you
don't-
roll up a piece of paper.
Okay.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. It's
He's
worth it. I
taking
swear.
out a piece of paper, ripping a little
So you
bit.
take a piece of paper. You roll it. You make it go like this. You fold it. You go like this, you know. And if you get really
Check it out on
gnarly,
YouTube.
you staple it. But yeah. You take it and you shoot it. at
Okay.
people.
You shoot the little paper ball.
Yeah, with a rubber band. So you shoot people with it, and it hurts really bad, and it'll like break
Like a bee
skin.
sting.
Like you make a really thick one.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good
Bee
prank.
sting. You never did that? Oh my god.
I was like, I don't know. Me and my friends weren't like that, like physically mean to each other.
It was like, I don't know. I feel like it isn't like you being some Ponte Vedra privileged kid. Like literally though, like the cultures were way fucking different. Like the shit kids were doing was insane. And
Yeah.
like in a good way.
I mean, I believe that it was different. It's a bubble.
like how many fights did you see? We had a brawl.
I only saw one, but there was more than one my whole
we
time there.
we had like a riot.
That's
We
ridiculous.
had food fights and a riot. I yelled food fight. That's like my claim.
Oh
to
my
fame.
god, you're so ridiculous.
Yeah. That's my claim to fame. Is I'm the original food fight yeller of the senior class of 2010. Yeah.
I love that, and I'm not surprised.
I was
even
sitting
a little.
there.
That's so funny.
Jimmy started it, like texting people like we're gonna have a food fight, and I had PE third period, which was the lunch period, and I was like, this is perfect. Like I'm gonna go in there for a lunch,
and you can dip out, and
I'll just leave
Yeah.
if I can go dress out.
you
like,
weren't.
yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
And that's exactly what happened. But Jimmy started it, so everyone and like the teachers knew.
Okay.
Like this was like a real thing, like a mass text.
Word
thing.
was going around.
There were snitches, like legit. Like that's one thing I learned about this day is there are snitches.
Okay.
So
Trust no
like
one.
yeah, literally. So we're all thinking like we're gonna. So I go and it's locked down. It's like we can't, no food fight. We know what's going on,
Yeah.
And the lunchroom's packed. Like a bunch of people also were doing what I was doing,
That's so funny.
Yeah. And we're all just sitting there, and it was just like there's so. And I'm like at the
There's,
table
like,
with Jimmy.
energy in the room.
Yeah. And like I'm sitting there and I was just like, this is like, there's so many fucking people in here, you know, like we're all about to start getting in trouble. Like this is like, they're all gonna start accounting for people, you know.
Yeah.
Like people weren't even really getting their food and shit. It was just like a really awkward thing. And Jimmy had, I want to say it was a sandwich or an apple or something, and like people were ready, and he was like, I'm gonna do it on the count of 3, and
Oh
he
my
was
god.
like 1, 2, 3, and I just was like, food fight! And he threw that shit and chaos, like legit fucking
It
chaos.
all exploded after
It
that.
was chaos.
That's
I
so
got out
funny.
of there. I saw a teacher get hit in the face with an apple. So then I go to PE,
Okay.
and then there was like
Such a good plan.
mini food fight, I believe, in B lunch, a super mini one in C lunch.
They had figured it out by
yeah,
then.
yeah, they got it. And then for D lunch,
There's
it was
4 lunches.
there was no talking, no nothing.
That's so
like
funny,
yeah,
yeah.
I was locked the fuck down. So there's a text that goes out,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's getting a text about it's riot day. Knock out whoever you don't like.
Oh my god.
And we have an outdoor school.
Yeah.
Like shit's fucking like
Yeah.
you can get knocked out, you know, like easily from out of nowhere. And it's like, what?
Oh
you know what
my
I mean? And we're all
God.
like, what the fuck? And we're all like laughing about it. Like this is like fucking kind of funny. Like we're not obviously I can't even think of anyone I want to go punch in the face. Like it's all good, whatever. And like we're all there, and you know there's 2 stories and shit, and I was just down in the courtyard.
Was it like a U?
No, it's a huge like pentagon, if you will.
Okay.
But instead of it being like a wraparound thing, it has like shoots off.
Okay, yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
can
But the
visualize it.
courtyard's in the middle. So I'm like in the corner by the office and like LMNO hallway, stairway and shit. Kind of by the front of the cafeteria too. And people are like throwing shit everywhere. Like I'm talking like like everything is getting, this is like towards the end of the year.
It's ridiculous.
There's shit thrown, fights are breaking out. It's a legitimate thing, you know.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff being thrown around that like now we got to go get cover. Like I can't be out here. And just happens to be this girl Haley Harper, who I'd
Shout
known
out
her
Haley Harper.
forever. She's fucking cool as shit. But like at the time, we like, you know, when you're friends with somebody and then high school you're just not really friends with them anymore. And it's just
Yeah.
how it is. It's not that we don't like.
Yeah, it just ends up that way.
So we're just like right next to each other in this like trying to get into like cover, and we look at each other like, what the fuck is going on? And as I'm looking at her, a huge Gatorade, like not a huge Gatorade, like regular ass Gatorade bottle with the cap unopened, like a full ass Gatorade from out of nowhere, hits her in the face.
Oh my god, Haley.
She gets a concussion.
Oh my god. Right,
One of the
it's
security guards
terrifying.
tore his ACL.
Jesus Christ.
The golf coach, Coach Davis, tore his ACL, and I had to be an aide after that.
Right.
So it was like fucking chaos. Like I knew about everything because I
Yeah,
was like a
that's
housemate. So we were like
ridiculous.
cleaning up like everything. And me and Kayla were just walking around like cracking up,
That's
like
so
what the
funny.
fuck was going on? Like it was literally just like kids fighting like at the bell tower, and kids fighting over here,
Yeah.
and kids fighting over. It was like, what the fuck is going
The
on?
poor teachers are probably like,
People got in
what
trouble.
are we even supposed to do to stop this?
Jimmy might have. I don't want to say he got expelled, but
Something happened.
no one knows what last name, and there's so many Jimmys in this world.
Jimmy's
but-
not even his real name.
Exactly. So wild times at
It
Mandarin
sounds
High.
wild,
It was
yeah.
fucking sick though. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. And I
The good
remember
old days, my dude.
actually this is this is how crazy it was. So I go out by the office now, and I'm right by where like literally the front office. And I'm looking out and I see, and I'm like happen to just get right next to Travis.
Sip break.
And we're like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous. And we're like looking out, and Coach Davis pulls up in his golf cart and like gets out, and kids instantly start beating his ass.
Oh my god.
So, like for real. And like we ran over there and pushed him
How
off and
old is
stuff.
this man?
And that's when he tore his ACL.
How old is he?
70, 68, 60.
People were beating up an old man.
He was an old man.
That's
He wasn't the nicest guy to people, but he was a
still
nice
better
guy.
ways to handle it.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being an actual mean guy, but he's one of those people that look like a mean redneck dude, and he just, you know, there was a guy at our school. I'm sure he's still there. His name was Buff, big ugly fat fuck,
Oh, nice.
and he like That's his nickname. Like he thinks it's cool. Like he thinks it's like buff. Like Mandarin was a cool place. I have fond memories.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah, this is all great memories.
Sounds like a nightmare.
yeah. You never had that?
My high school experience is a little different.
What was like the craziest thing you did?
Honestly, I didn't do that crazy
Not
of
you,
things.
but like
yeah.
that you experienced.
I don't know. I saw like one fight and that was it. And it was my freshman year and it wasn't like that exciting.
What happened?
Just a dude punched another guy and he was like backed up. And it was like everyone was done with it after that. I know, really wild. It was insane.
But did people do that? They went.
Yeah, people did that because it was like they were gonna go fight.
Yeah, I remember my first fight I saw was actually a girl fight.
Wow.
And once again, Maynard's got the 2 floors, and I had just left my biology class, and I was like, it was like kind of, like it was like a wet, rainy day, but it wasn't at the time, but everything was like really slippery, and the girls started fighting, and I was just up, and I looked down, and I was like, oh my god, like I literally had like.
Did you start like cheering?
I honestly don't. I was just watching. Like I was just watching.
Yeah.
Because I'm like concerned. Like what's about? You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? And one girl, it scared the shit out of me. It's like I was like I have to always be able to get my backpack off. Like this girl had a backpack. Like she was just being held like this.
I don't like that
And the
either.
other girl, like with one hand, the girl was
Yeah.
holding the backpack, and with the other hand, the girl was getting fucking rocked in
I
the
don't like
face.
that.
And I was like, God damn. And there was like hair pulled out and shit. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I love school.
School's so fun.
Yeah, I remember we went to Ponte Vedra, and we're like fucking around like so hard with y'all.
I believe that. That
Okay.
doesn't surprise me at all.
Whatever though. Shout out Colin O'Brady, Savage of the Week.
Yeah, shout out Colin O'Brady.
We want to do the Appalachian Trail.
Yes, that'd be very fun.
Do we want to do the whole thing? Like, what's our
I don't
style?
know. It's just,
Like, just go from here to North
just-
Carolina?
yeah, something I've always wanted to do, at least part of at some point in my life.
Yeah. Document it.
Yes.
How though?
Um,
I wouldn't. The problem is, I wouldn't want to, but it's like, how do you not
I think we could document it. Like, just take short videos every day and then,
get charger packs?
yeah, you can get like little things that work.
Stop at a
It
station.
was very helpful, I know. Yeah, stop
Well,
at a
I guarantee-
station.
like, so me, Tori, Jake, Stud, and Zach, we're all gonna go on like a trail. Like it was like a 3-day thing, and it had designated
Little stops.
like sleeping spots, and I guarantee you there's places to plug shit in there.
We'll start with one of those and work our way up to the whole Appalachian Trail.
Yeah. Yeah. When's your next day off?
I can just schedule them. I don't know. I have some in February.
I'm not talking about that. I just want
I
like
know.
for us
I
to
have
go
some
to,
in February I can tell you about.
because I know you want to go to Guana, and I do too. But you've
Guana's
never been to
very
the
fun.
Bartram Park Preserve thing?
I haven't. We should go there before Guana.
It's sick.
Like before chronologically, not right before.
There's like a short trail we can do that's like super realistic. It's not like too short. It's a real thing. But it takes you like dead into the water,
That's what I like.
and it's beautiful, and it's very old looking and all that. But then there's like a trail, like a big one, that is like no place I've been in Jacksonville.
We should go.
It is very, very weird.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're in the middle of like, I don't even know.
Well, let's go
Yeah.
there.
It's super cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And now there's not like snakes out and stuff.
You don't like snakes at all.
I just don't understand why you're not afraid of a snake. Like,
just-
what am I missing?
When I see them, I don't feel fear. That's the only. I don't know. There's no reason. What's the reason you're afraid of them? You just are afraid when you see them.
The reason is you.
No, it's not me.
I'm not a perfect. You like that song?
I like when you sing it like that. Yeah.
Do you remember the music video?
No, I don't think I ever watched it.
I remember when that music video premiered.
You're so old.
I'm not a dinky. I was gonna do Facebook follows. I can save it.
Okay.
You know.
Do what you want.
The FBI. I want to get your opinion on this. Something we've never talked about.
Okay, I'm excited since it starts
The
with
Las
the
Vegas.
FBI.
The Las Vegas shooting. The FBI has concluded their investigation.
What'd they say?
There's no motive. That's their final answer.
That stresses me out.
Pretty weird, right?
Because, like, if there is no motive, that's way fucked up. But if there is a motive, why would they not release it, you know? Or why would, like... There either is a motive or there isn't, and they're both bad options.
What do you think the motive would be?
I can't imagine anything that would motivate me to kill people like that.
No. Like, in this specific
I
situation.
know, but, like, I have no
from
idea.
What you know, what do you know?
I don't know
this
a
guy,
lot about him.
Stephen Paddock.
I don't know very much about him.
So what do you think it is?
I don't know. I don't think, besides whatever reason it was, you can't be mentally stable and do that.
For sure.
So, something going on in his brain.
So, the common theory.
Fill me in.
The common theory in the conspiracy world, and it's kind of a mainstream one, with if you take a lot of like the sexy out of it.
Okay.
He was an arms. So, the non-conspiracy side, that's still like a conspiracy, is that he was an arms dealer, and it was like he lost his mind.
Yeah.
And he just did this.
Okay.
You know, and he was gonna do like sell guns there, and that's why he had all these guns and all this stuff. But what I think it is he was a gun, like a arms dealer,
Okay.
undercover for our government.
Ooh.
Okay. His plane.
I like that better.
His plane was a CIA plane. Like used cars.
Yeah.
He bought a CIA plane. So whatever, like that's whatever. You know, people can do that, of course, but like kind of strange. The point is, he has what I think is, and he's undercover, and he's selling, because ISIS took credit for this. ISIS on their news, which is not hilarious, but preposterous,
Yeah,
that they have a
preposterous.
newspaper. On it was Mandalay Bay covered in blood. Like they did that. What I think it is, and when you watch the videos, there's multiple shooters and shit. It's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah?
Like, I'll get into it.
We can talk.
He fucking... Hold on, where was I? ISIS. They find out that he's undercover, right?
Okay.
Which, this is not crazy. We have always sold guns to them. That's how they
That's how it all started.
Yeah. So, like, what I'm saying right now, the only weird thing about it is that it's on American soil, which is why it would have to be covered up. ISIS finds out that it is an undercover guy, and they then shoot up a bunch of people,
Yeah, I like that theory.
kill him, and
I don't trust
our
the CIA.
government cannot say that ISIS came here to buy guns, found out that an undercover agent, like, the fact of the matter would be that we had an agent who was ordered to get a gun purchase or a gun sale to ISIS in Las Vegas. That's fucking nuts.
That's nuts.
Exactly how it happens. Or we just drop a fucking crate over there. But
I mean, honestly, anything makes sense over no motive.
yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. They're like leaving it open for this.
It's ridiculous.
And there's just a bunch of shit they won't show us. Like, literally.
I don't trust him.
It's so dumb. But what I was saying about the multiple shooter thing is now there's a bunch of videos where, like, I can honestly say that I know that the video is trying to prove that it is a multiple shooter situation.
Yeah.
The one video that's super weird, but even then I can account for. Have you seen the video where the people are all running and there's a guy?
No, I've avoided all the videos.
Okay, it's fucked up, but the people are running and there's a cop like in a vest and like a reflective vest, and everyone's running, and he's facing everybody, and he gets down on his knees and you can see the gun shooting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's fucking insane.
Spooky.
Maybe he was shooting up at the window, which is reckless because it's a fucking hotel.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Yeah.
Shroud, you know? So he fucking...
Who are you, Shroud?
Who are you, Shroud? So that video is pretty weird, you know? But I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so the other video I saw that was nuts for real was these people, I don't know where it was some place that like it was like on a strip, so the entire front of it would be like sliding glass doors
Okay.
type situation,
Yeah.
you know? So it's an open place, and then there's a bar, and and all the lights are on. People are running in there, and think about how weird it is. So people are running in there. All the lights get turned off.
Yeah.
Like the power
Yeah.
got shut off.
Okay.
So all the lights go off, which, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how does that happen?
Why is that happening right now?
Like in the midst of all this, we have like an electrical malfunction. Like, what the fuck? So all these people, it's like in a dark ass bar now, and it gets silent. There's like a bunch of people. People are shot. There's a person who's shot like on the ground, and they're behind the bar. It's dark. People are crying. It's like super intense, and you can hear gunshots.
Yeah.
But it's like, and I know there's echoes, but like an echo of 3 gunshots would not be like, it would be pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was fucking crazy, and you could hear it getting close, and like it wasn't some weird thing. Like the people felt it getting close, and were like, they were so fucking scared. Like it makes me like not want to cry, but it's like so heavy.
It's making me nervous just to hear you talk about
It's
it.
so heavy because they were all in there, and that person got shot. So they're like, I believe, shot in the stomach or the like right here in the leg or something.
Yeah.
And like they're in pain, and they're like, please stop, like shh, you know what I mean? Because it sounds at one point, and this is so ridiculous. There really is that one person who goes, ah,
Yeah.
you know? So it's quiet, and then a person runs in randomly, like these 2 people, like a guy and a girl, and I think he was actually shot in the arm or something, and he was good though, you know what I mean? Like he was like
Able
up
to
and
move,
at it
yeah.
or whatever. So he like runs, they jump over the bar, and they're like, oh my god, what the fuck, you know? And everyone's like, shh, you know? And then you just hear gunshots, like pop, 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 like what sound in the video to be like within 50 yards, you know? And like that person screams, and you can fucking feel how scared like you can feel that someone's right there walking around with a gun shooting, and you can hear it, and it's like, what the fuck? And you
Yeah.
don't hear the echoes from that because it's so close.
That would be terrifying.
It's
like just
fucking-
imagining being in that moment.
yeah, and then it just stops.
That's like chilling.
Yeah, it was so fucking crazy. But at the same time, because I'm open on this stuff. Like I saw the video now. Conspiracy theorists will say it's fake. They put this together where they take everyone's Snapchats. Have you seen that? Oh my god.
I seriously try to avoid these kind of videos because they're stressful.
It's a thing where the entire event was Snapchat
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
So they took all the videos, which think about this. Where did they get all these videos? I know people uploaded them and everything,
I get that.
but like,
They have access to all of it.
that's what I'm saying.
They
Not
have
that,
access to
not
all
that
of it.
they're
Be
fake.
careful.
They have access to them. So the concert's going, and you can hear the shots, and the first shots go off, and it's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just like crack, 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 you know? And then the music stops, all the lights turn off, and then the stage lights
Yeah.
turn on and light up the crowd. And I cannot believe more people didn't die.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one did anything. He was just sitting. He could have. I'm not like. Not that many people died in retrospect to the amount of time that he spent shooting into a crowd. It was so fucked up because no one knew what was happening.
Yeah.
And they all think that it's coming from the sides. So they're all ducking and laying down.
Yeah.
Which makes them a bigger target.
Yeah.
So now this dude's just shooting down,
Ugh.
and no one's doing anything, and people finally start realizing it.
This makes
But
me
like,
nauseous.
yeah, it's really fucked up. But they have the entire thing, and like, the gunshots are consistent to one shooter. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fucking people's Snapchats. But I don't know. It showed me that in a moment where shit goes down, that's a bunch of people who thought Like, I'm not saying redneck people, they're bad at, they
Yeah.
think they're, no, they do prepare for this. Like, they believe in, like, being the guy that, like, can save the
Yeah.
person, and they carry their gun and shit. And, like, in a place when shit goes down and you're in a huge crowd like that, like, you don't have much of a choice. Like, what are you gonna do when
Yeah.
everybody's not moving and you're in a big crowd?
Yeah, what are you
and there's
supposed to
nowhere to
do?
go? Like, and it's fucked up. This is getting back to one of the most fucked up things I've ever said, but he didn't kill that many people because he would shoot. He would literally just, like, empty a clip. He'd, like, shoot, like, pop, 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 empty a clip, and then, like, a minute goes by with nothing.
That's terrifying. A whole minute of nothing would
And so
be
people are
worse.
like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on? You know, like, what is going on?
Ugh.
And then people start realizing that people are shot around them. And then you can start hearing the difference between when somebody gets shot and when, like, the ground gets hit. Because it's like a thick, like,
How
thump.
many of these videos have you watched?
Oh, I was into this. Like, I know a
Yeah.
lot about this, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it is very, like, compelling
Everybody,
for a
this
reason.
that was our JFK. Not everyone thinks it's 9/11. Dude,
I don't
my
know.
dad, my family members, like, everyone's like, yo, this doesn't smell right. Like, from the start. Everybody. Because you watch it and you're like, what the fuck?
And just saying no motive makes me so angry.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You can't just do that with no motive.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, they're making it to where you're feeling like what I'm saying. Like, at the very least, lie and make up a motive.
At the very least, give us something.
Insanity
Just kill
can't be-
people. Yeah.
That says a lot. That they won't say insanity. Why? Who would question that? A lot of people now. That's the thing. Was he insane?
Got a lot to say about this guy.
You know the voice of God?
No.
Really?
What are you talking about?
The weapon? This is a real weapon. Like, I will look it
Voice
up.
of God. I believe you.
I want anyone who doesn't believe this to look this up. The voice of God weapon. I'm not making this up. I promise. This is real.
Okay.
Is a weapon that makes people hear things in their head. So what they do is they start filtering, like, not filtering dissent, but they that's like my thing. I'm trying to do a big thing on that. But they are, like, putting all this dissent into people. Like, I should look it up so I can explain it right.
I'm suspicious of this. The voice of God. Is that what you said it's called?
Look. Voice
can't
of God
read that
weapon,
far.
voice of God technology. Voice of God wired. This is from 2007.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, so the voice of God weapon, a device that projects voices into your head to make you think God is speaking to you.
How does that work?
I'm trying to find out how it works.
I guess they wouldn't tell us how it works. It's a weapon.
Yeah, but Sonic Research Labs and American Technology Corporation both have versions of directed sound, which can allow a single person to hear a message that others around don't hear. DARPA appears to be working on its own sonic projector. Intriguingly, Strategy Page reports that troops are using the long-range acoustic device as a modified voice of God weapon. It appears that some of the troops in Iraq are using spoken as opposed to screeching LRAD to mess with enemy fighters. Islamic terrorists tend to be superstitious and, of course, very religious. LRAD can put the word of God, quote unquote, into their heads. If God, in the form of a voice that only you can hear, tells you to surrender or run away, what are you going to do?
I don't like this.
This is insane.
So I want to be like, this isn't real, but obviously it is real.
Yeah,
The implications of that are ridiculous.
exactly. So, like, now we're going to get super deep into stuff. And what I'm about to say actually confirms that they all happened. I don't think that any school shooting didn't fucking happen.
Okay.
That's outrageous.
Okay.
Every single person who did it said they had voices in their head telling them to do it, which is a common crazy guy thing. But like, if that's what that weapon does, then like
Conspiracy.
all these
boy.
people also have strange ties to the CIA.
I don't trust the CIA.
Work
at
for this
all.
one company.
CIA has done so many things that you would be like, I don't believe that our government would do that to us.
Government contracting security company. Most of these guys have been security guards for them. Yep. We're on to ya.
Couch Talk is coming for you, school shooters.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to learn on this podcast. A lot of people don't even know about.
You gotta stick around to hear the good shit.
So remember I told you I ran into my old, like, the guy I'd get weed from it when I was
Yes.
getting my oil. I was going through my notes. So there's some crazy stories about him, and I'll tell it real quick. So they like, they're like quote unquote, you know, rough kids or whatever, and they have like guns and like rob people, and you know, and these
Yeah,
are all white
all that
kids.
stuff.
These are all white kids, and I'm not saying that, like, I'm saying that because like I'm talking like the gutter kid aesthetic. You know what I mean? So super dirty nails and shit, dirty hands, but like very cool
Yeah.
if you buy weed from them and you're not some dick. You know what I mean? Like, I just go over there, I buy weed, that's it. I don't like fucking hang out with them, but I'd smoke a blunt if it was being rolled, whatever. And they would like ask me if I wanted to go, like, they would like be smoking and getting fucked up to go rob people.
My God.
Yeah.
And they'd ask you to go with them?
Like waiting for the call, like, yeah, he just left, like, let's go.
That's so insane.
Yeah, like super crazy. And they had all this like crazy energy in there between them, I'm sure. One day I pull up and like the kid was outside with his shirt off, looked like he just got his ass beat. You know what I mean? And he did. They fought.
He did.
Okay.
Okay.
Like 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, I go over there, and there was like, the house was ruined when I went over there and shit. Like, they got into like a big fight. Like, they were both fucked up.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, whatever happened, you know? And like the other kid was in his room. Like the kid that I ran into was in his room, and I was getting weed from the other roommate. Like, it was just both
Yeah.
of them. And like, you know, if he was sleeping, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm getting weed from the other roommate, and I was like, whatever, like, what the fuck happened? You know, like, basically, it was, I don't remember the story exactly, but like, one of the oil kid's friends came over and was trying to rob the other kid,
Yeah.
and they were on bars.
Okay.
So the roommate, for whatever reason, took the side of his friend,
Good.
and they get into a crazy fight,
Yeah.
and no bullshit, he gets his ass beat. When I got there, apparently like 3 minutes, like, my phone call kind of like,
Diffuse the tension.
the kid who lost, like, the two kids on bars ended up getting their ass beat.
Yeah.
One of the kids, when I went in there, was like passed out on the couch, like legit passed out. Like, I thought, you know,
Yeah.
and like, he pulled his gun on his roommate and was like gonna kill him. The kid who lost,
You've
because he
been in
was
some
'cause
situations.
he thought they were fighting to like that level.
Yeah.
This had nothing to do with me.
I know, but you just walk into these
Right.
kind of situations.
Right. So like, he's telling me that, and the kid's asleep in there. They come out and they fucking fought.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And what's his name? This is legit the last time I saw him.
Yeah.
Because
That's
the
so
cops,
funny.
it was a thing where I was like, because these kids were young. Like, they were like 18.
Yeah.
Well, they were like, I remember one day he was getting shit for prom. So like, they were,
That's ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, it was for his girlfriend. I think he had
Yeah,
just
but still,
graduated. Whatever, it doesn't
you're going to prom.
Yeah, he was 18. What the fuck was I just saying?
They were fighting again, and the cops. And
Oh,
you-
yeah. I was like, I'm never coming back here.
Yeah.
But like, the last time I saw the kid who changed my oil, he got knocked the fuck out. Like, like, really bad. Like, it made me feel bad. You know what I mean? And he was being a piece of shit. And like,
But it still made you feel
fucked up.
bad.
He was like fucked up on bars and being that asshole. Sorry, but he was being that asshole. Like, what, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the kid was like, I don't want to like stop, dude. Like, I was just telling him the story. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
You know. And he's like, no, you talking shit. You're talking shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And he like swung at him, and then the kid just hit him so fucking hard, and he hit his head on the ground, and it was just like, I'm never coming back here.
Good call to never go back. I'd say.
But he does have very good weed for cheap, so.
Well, he's got something going for him then.
Trying to think of what else. Oh, another time, they were like, they had a kid come over, and I guess they were like, were grabbing him to rob his place. You know what I mean? So they come get him, and they accidentally shot the gun off in the house. And there was like a hole in the wall and shit.
Oh no.
They lived on the first floor. That could have easily gone straight up and killed someone.
Yeah.
It could have hit someone in the room. Like,
That's so dangerous.
I didn't say any of that in the mic, but whatever. Whatever. Fucking crazy.
It was a wild story.
That's it.
That's it?
I'll save my couch thoughts and Facebook follows for weekend. I'm doing a podcast tomorrow, or I don't know if I'm going to be on it or not, or if I'll just, I don't know. We'll see. One last thing we'll close with. Have you seen this? Major iPhone FaceTime bug lets you hear the audio of the person you are calling before they pick up.
No,
So-
but have you seen that thing where if you leave your phone in the room and you have AirPods, you can listen through your phone's microphone?
Yes.
That's scary too.
Yeah, that means they obviously can all do that.
Yeah.
So if you want to like
I'm FaceTiming
check in
you.
and see what I'm doing, you know, you're all sketched out.
See what you and Daisy are up to.
Yeah, see what me and Daisy are doing. If you want to see me or listen to me masturbate in my room,
Poor Daisy.
swipe up and add your own number while FaceTiming someone, and you can essentially eavesdrop on someone before they answer.
That's spooky. I don't like that.
Very weird.
It's scary what phones can do.
All right, let's see these Facebook follows real quick. See this? Okay, it's a selfie, and it says, the hair, the face, the clothes, it's all a little messy. So is life. And then the star thing.
That's
and then
ridiculous because she looks so good. She
Hashtag
doesn't look
Tuesday.
messy.
You think she looks so good? What do you mean by that?
Not messy in any sort of way. There's nothing messy about her.
The hair.
She clearly
the
took that
face.
photo and was like, I look amazing.
Yeah, she did post it. What's worse, that where you're like, I'm just not, you know, or
Exactly.
500 comments and I will stop smoking cigarettes. How about you get your own fucking ideas? And the kid, like, he was super into it.
He was serious. Because that's kind of funny if you don't mean it. Just that format.
He has to do it now. This is my own Facebook follow. How can we be in the same page if we aren't in the same book?
What year was that?
2010.
Nice.
January 30th,
So you're
2010.
a senior in high school.
Oh, yeah.
How can we be on the same page if we're not even in the same book?
Yep.
That's good.
That's me as a senior in high school. Also, that was posted at 4:34 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
This video was posted. So the night before, I'll find it. We can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't play it on here because I don't want to put Kayla on blast. But because we would always freestyle. She tried freestyling. And I'm lit. That's me right there.
Okay.
And I had not even known that was a video. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I just saw it and I was
That's
like,
funny.
what the fuck? Like, I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Isn't that weird though? And it wasn't like, oh, you're so fucked up, you
It's
don't
been
remember.
like 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years.
It's a long time.
Damn. 10
It's
year
almost a
reunion
decade.
coming up. High school life.
Mm-hmm.
What podcast have you been listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of Tiger Belly, but I'm
Watching.
watching it on YouTube. I've been re-listening to some Do You Need a Ride episodes.
I'm sorry. Do you
Okay.
need a ride?
Yes.
What's that?
It's Karen Kilgariff and Chris Fairbanks. They drive
Oh,
around.
okay.
They take comedians to airports.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, actually.
For most of them, sometimes they're like, that's too stressful. We're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, it's LA.
Yeah, that's not fun.
But it's entertaining. They're both very funny.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
So for dinner,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking steak,
Okay, delicious.
potato. Do you like
Love
baked
it.
potato?
Yeah.
Sweet potato?
I don't love sweet potato.
Okay. That's fine. Hey, enough of that.
Daisy's
Cut it out.
very
We're doing a
scared.
podcast. You need to shut up. Baked potato, veggies.
Sounds delicious.
All right. We're going to go to Publix. I'm actually going to give you these ending words of wisdom from Ryan Sickler. I will be right back for the outro. I love you, Claire.
I love you too.
And I love you guys, too. Be right back.
My dad died young. My dad died at 42. Very young. Yeah, very young. And he was everything to us. Everything. Like, this is the man that I got not only life from, but my sense of humor, my way of thinking, everything. And my dad just had this, it's almost like an art form. He had this beautiful way of teaching you a valuable lesson while simultaneously humiliating you at the exact same time, okay? I remember being in 7th grade. I'm laying down in the tub giving myself what I thought was a solid lovemaking session. And I got up and I got a head rush, and naturally I just grabbed onto the shower curtain for some support. And that thing just broke away ring by ring, like pop, 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 pop. Wrapped around me super tight, like it was as scared as I was to fall out of the tub. And boom, out I went, right on the floor. And I'm just yelling, Dad! Dad! And I don't know if any of you have ever had to yell for help. Cold, wet, semi-erect. It's humbling. It's humbling. And my dad comes to the door and he opens it up and he goes, oh, Jesus Christ. And then he said something I'll never forget. He said, Derek, Todd, called both of my brothers. Come here, you gotta see this. And I'm laying on the floor wrapped up like a seal. I'm like, Dad, come on, Dad. He's like, oh, no way. Oh, there's no way. My brothers come running to the door. He said, look at your brother. Look at him. He said, remember when you guys asked me if you could go blind from masturbating? Well, you can't. But this can happen. Now somebody go get the camera. I want to remember this forever right here. This is a fridge pic. Snapped the picture, left my ass there. Never masturbated in that bathroom again. Lesson learned, Dad. Touche. Too motherfucking shit.
All right, everybody, there we go. Ending words of wisdom from Ryan Sickler, your comic of the week. And I want to get Claire's opinion. What do you think of comic of the week? Good idea?
Yes, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good showcase.
Yeah, why would it be bad to do what I just did for him, right?
I mean, you just played his comedy and said you liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Shouted him out.
Exactly.
Check out his podcast, The Honeydew.
Yeah, and it's not like it's like videoed content of his newest work. It's like his released shit. He wants people to hear it. I'm trying to hook him up. So, comic of the week, Ryan Sickler. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Claire, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm going to do a smoke break now. Just a sig one, don't worry. If you want to be in it, you can. And that is The Secret. That's what it's all worth. On all these solo episodes, you get a secret smoke break video at the end. Shout out Will Cooper on YouTube. You just fucking asked me in the comment if I still smoke, because I guess you missed the smoke break videos. I put them at the end of the solo episodes now. It's just now starting. It's a February thing, even though it is January 30th, and I've done it, in the 3rd and 4th week of January. It doesn't matter. It's my February 2019 shit.
I love it.
Yeah, it's what I do. But, that's what's coming for you now. And also at the end of all the guest episodes, it's just for the YouTube people, but you do get like a secret, like pre-recording thing of before we were on the podcast, something that's just picked up by the camera. So I think it's a pretty cool thing. I like the secret shit, But if you like this episode and want to support the show, patreon.com/CJ Couch Talk, episode 304. The previous one to this was with Savannah Zuber, a $10 a month Patreon donator. I appreciate you so much, Savannah. You came on the show and you crushed. Back-to-back awesome girl episodes. Couch Talk is all about girl power,
Yeah.
baby. Go, girl, go. Thank you very
girl.
much. Shout out Bluff God for the beat. Follow me on Instagram. It is at CJ Couch Talk. If you have any questions, comments, insults, or would like to be a guest, it is cjcouchtalk@gmail.com. Patreon.com/CJ Couch Talk. If you want to donate. I'm going to hit you with the smoke break video. If you are watching on YouTube, if it's audio only, I will talk to you this freaking weekend. I love you. All right, everybody, here we go. the audio version of this was Wednesday, January the 30th, 2019. But this is for YouTube people only. Most of you will be watching this on Thursday, January the 31st, 2019, the last day of the month of the first month of the year.
Yes.
It's a mouthful.
Confirmed.
Shout out Will Cooper if you're watching this. I hope I am satisfying your smoke break urge.
What if he was just really proud that you quit smoking?
Yeah, the total opposite.
He's like, thank God.
Why
I've
do
been
you have
worried
to
about
smoke? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something, you know.
It's something for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely something to that. It's not that good to
I've heard it's bad for you.
smoke cigarettes. That's what they say, but
I've heard.
I don't know, dude. Like, Chinese people just smoke a shitload of cigarettes.
China's doing
Like,
fine.
from what I
so-
hear about China, that's like something I hear.
You've heard that from
That's what I hear.
more than one person?
Yeah, I've heard on a few podcasts
Interesting.
that
You heard it.
they will be basically, the joke is they smoke a cigarette and then they put a surgical mask thing on.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, what are you doing? Maybe that's why they're so healthy. I don't know. Did you just have fun doing episode 305 with me?
I did have fun. I like to do your podcast shit. It's very cute.
You joined in at the 13-minute mark.
That's a good time to jump in there.
Yeah, lucky 13. It was a fun time. It was a good episode.
I like podcasting.
Now, what did we talk about? Because I don't know.
We talked about, I would say, a wide range of things.
I get
A
into it.
lot about the Las Vegas shooting. A lot about that, which I thought was very interesting, and I'm
How do you feel
intrigued
about
by your knowledge of it.
How do you feel about conspiracy theories?
I love them.
But how do you feel about them? Like, you on board with them?
Yeah, I mean,
Not all of them, obviously.
I'm on board to hear about any sort of evidence from any conspiracy theory, but like, there are some that I'm completely on board on. Like, JFK didn't get shot by one guy. I'm not into that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't trust our government enough to where I believe in any conspiracy theories.
Do you think, like, there will ever be a day where, like, first, do you believe 9/11 is, like, some weird thing, or it just happened the way it happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it just happened the way it happened more than I think it was some weird thing.
I think that,
But I'm,
like, it was set up in the way that, like, the hijackers knew.
yeah.
I mean, the hijackers didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, they think they're doing the thing. They did fly the plane into, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. But that plane was going down.
Yeah.
I mean, those buildings were
Buildings
going
are going
down.
down.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think it's something where everybody, it can't be this huge conspiracy, and here we are 18 years later,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane, but it's about to be the 18th anniversary, and no one, I mean, I guess people have spoken out, but there's not people like, yeah, we put demolitions in there and all this shit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think if it's a conspiracy theory, it's very well
yeah.
guarded.
It is way too well guarded to be at such a high level where everything is set up. You know, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that like George Bush and Dick Cheney like can't even go to some countries because they're wanted for war crimes and shit. Like technically they can't really leave the
I
country.
think a lot of our presidents, there's countries they can't. I mean, there's not that many living, but there's countries they can't go to.
Do you think they're bad dudes, or it's like
I think anybody in that position would make bad choices. I mean, I don't think you can
Yeah,
run
exactly.
a country without
I
doing
think-
some shitty things.
I think you only have bad choices as a plane flies over.
Yes, one of the 80,000 domestically?
300,000
Globally?
globally.
Mm,
Or something like that, which
That's
is fucking ridiculous.
that's a lot.
I'm excited to go to Publix with you. I love it.
Me too.
I love going to Publix and just fucking around.
It's fun. You're fun to be with.
Yeah, bringing Daisy. Daisy, like, has her feet in the back seat and her front paws
to
on the center
navigate.
console. Yeah, she has to be, like, alert and part of it.
She likes to navigate.
Which is, like, super dangerous and hard to see, but it's the easiest route to get there.
Yeah.
It's all, like, a back way. It's beautiful.
It's
Um,
beautiful. Just sneak through.
Who do you think's the better cook?
You.
No,
You.
I don't think so.
I think potentially I could be a better baker, but you're a better cook.
I think you could make more stuff.
Well, you can make anything with a recipe. There's not that many things I know how to make without a recipe.
Yeah, true. I can just whip shit up.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean. I think you're a good cook, as in like you could whip shit up and it would taste good.
Yeah. Well, cringeworthy kiss. That's it. We're gonna go eat dinner, and I'm gonna put this YouTube video together while I'm eating and watch Westworld.
That's right.
How are you liking it?
I love it. I want to finish it all.
Isn't it crazy? Because you were like, I was like, you don't understand. Season 2
Yeah,
is
season 2
so
is
much better.
Insane.
Season 2 is a great movie.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
It's a great
like
movie.
it's the best movie I've ever seen for sure. If you haven't watched Westworld, go check it out. Thank you very much. Go to patreon.com/CJ Couch Talk if you'd like to help support the show. Donate $1 once, $1 a month, whatever you want to do. Patreon.com/CJ Couch Talk. Follow me on Instagram, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I hate saying that, but
Like and subscribe.
I love all my
Comment below what
subs.
your favorite part was.
Yeah, let me know what your favorite part was and what we should do differently and how to make this
please,
better.
Please give us critiques and insults.
And I'd love some questions. I'd love to answer your questions. That's my style. If you have any questions, comments.
Ask CJ.
Yeah, ask CJ. I'll start a Reddit page. We'll do
AMA.
an AMA.
I'm CJ,
Yeah,
AMA.
it'll be so good. If you also just want to like send me your own question and you have any comments, insults, or would like to be a guest, email me at cjcouchtalk@gmail.com. C is in Christ, J is in Jesus, C is in Christ, O is in ostrich, U is in uranium, C is in Christ, H is in horses, T is in tantalizing, A is in ass, L is in labia, K is in kaboom. Boom, boom. Almost did the Freudian slip and said at gmail.com. But, that's how you spell CJ Couch Talk. Search it on YouTube. You're already watching. Subscribe. Enjoy. I love you. I love you too. Fun time.
Yeah, fun time.
Yeah. Yeah.